Today on Inquirer, Camp of Representative Arnie Teves calls the filing of murder raps against the suspended Negros Oriental congressman as anticlimactic. Philippines and Vietnam vow stronger coordination on maritime issues, including the establishment of a code of conduct in the South China Sea. 2 dead as 3 collapses and hits houses in Recto, Manila. United Nations says next 5 years set to be the warmest period ever. And BTS V and Blackpink's Jennie allegedly spotted together in Paris amid dating rumors. Good evening. The lawyer of suspended Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves calls the filing of murder raps against his client as anticlimactic. In a television interview, attorney Ferdinand Topacio says the filing of criminal complaints against the suspended congressman seems anticlimactic. Topacio questions why it took so long to file the charges when Justice Secretary Boying Remulla has tagged Teves as the mastermind in the killing of Governor Roel Degamo as early as March. Meanwhile, in a separate interview, Degamo's widow, Pamplona Mayor Janice Degamo, says she believes the 2-month-long wait before the filing of charges is due to a, quote, well-polished and solid case. She adds that her private lawyers have assured her that with evidence on hand, it would be possible for her to win the case. On Wednesday, the National Bureau of Investigation filed complaints against Teves for multiple murders, multiple frustrated murders, and multiple attempted murders in connection with the Pamplona massacre. The Department of Foreign Affairs says the Philippines and Vietnam vow stronger coordination in addressing maritime issues, including the establishment of a code of conduct in the South China Sea. Beatriz Pinlac has the report.
The Philippines and Vietnam have committed to strengthening coordination in addressing maritime issues, especially on the establishment of a code of conduct in the South China Sea. The Department of Foreign Affairs said both countries made the commitment during the 10th meeting of the Philippines-Vietnam Joint Permanent Working Group on Maritime and Ocean Concerns in Ha Long, Vietnam from May 15 to 16. DFA said the two nations agreed to boost coordination on maritime issues in regional and multilateral bodies, particularly in working towards the conclusion of an effective and substantive code of conduct in the South China Sea. Aside from talking about the situation in the disputed waters, the two nations also expressed serious concern over activities that were undermining peace and stability in the region. DFA said they also committed to work together to protect their rights and legitimate interests under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. They also hope to enhance confidence-building measures between relevant agencies. DFA likewise noted that delegations from the Philippines and Vietnam expressed the respective governments' appreciation for the humane treatment accorded by both countries to Filipino and Vietnamese fisherfolk found in distress at sea. Vietnam and the Philippines are among the claimant countries in the South China Sea. China and ASEAN countries have agreed to work on a code of conduct in the contested waterway, but negotiations on the proposed framework have been stalled for years. In February, however, China said it would work with ASEAN to fast-track consultations on the code of conduct. This is Beatriz Pinlac reporting for INQUIRER.net.
President Bongbong Marcos signs into law a bill amending the Armed Forces of the Philippines Fixed-Term Code. Daphne Galvez has the report.
President Bongbong Marcos has approved amendments to the law setting the term of office of key officers in the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Under Republic Act No. 11939, only the AFP Chief of Staff will have a maximum term of duty of 3 years unless sooner terminated by the President. The chiefs of the Philippine Army, Philippine Air Force and Philippine Navy, and the Superintendent of the Philippine Military Academy will now only have a maximum term of duty of 2 years unless sooner terminated. These officials will not be eligible for any post in the AFP unless they are promoted to Chief of Staff. From the previous 56 years old, the new law set the age of compulsory retirement to 57 years old. This is for enlisted military personnel and officers with the ranks of second lieutenant or ensign to lieutenant general or vice admiral, or after they have rendered 30 years of active duty in the AFP, whichever comes later. For those commissioned under Presidential Decree number 1908 and those appointed in the Corps of Professors, they will have a compulsory retirement age of 60 years old. The law also increases the maximum tenure in grade or the maximum number of years an individual could hold their possession. From the previous 3 years, those with ranks of Brigadier General or Commodore can hold their possession for 5 years. Meanwhile, for colonels or captains in the Philippine Navy, their maximum tenure in grade was increased from 8 years to 10 years. Congress approved amendments to Republic Act No. 11709 in March this year. This is just 2 months after sudden changes in the AFP leadership when Marcos appointed General Andres Centino as the Chief of Staff, 5 months after designated Lieutenant General Bartolome Bacaro to the post. This is Daphne Galvez reporting for INQUIRER.net.
After President Bongbong Marcos bared the government's readiness to regain control of the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, China professed support for Chinese firms in carrying out practical cooperation in the Philippines. In an interview with Bloomberg on Wednesday night, China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said that the Philippines is a friendly neighbor and important partner of China. Wang says this when sought for a comment on President Marcos' statement regarding the NGCP. He adds that China supports Chinese companies cooperating with the Philippines to produce greater mutual benefits. Earlier, Marcos said that the government would reclaim control of the NGCP if necessary, as he agreed with Senator Raffy Tulfo's proposal to assess the performance of the NGCP through hearings or a comprehensive study. Tulfo had warned Marcos how the Chinese ownership of the NGCP may pose a possible severe national security threat, considering the current conflict between China and the Philippines over the West Philippine Sea. The NGCP maintains that China owning a 40% share in the corporation is not a threat to the security of the Philippines, asserting that only Filipinos man their substations. The United Nations warns that 2023 to 2027 will be the warmest 5-year period ever recorded as greenhouse gases and El Nino combine to send temperatures soaring. The UN's World Meteorological Organization says there is 98% chance that at least one of the next 5 years will see global temperatures exceed the Paris Accord's target on limiting climate change. The 2015 Paris Agreement saw countries agree to cap global warming at well below 2 degrees Celsius above average levels, measured between 1850 and 1900, and below 1.5 Celsius if possible. The global mean temperature in 2022 was 1.15 Celsius above the 1850 to 1900 average. The hottest 8 years ever recorded were all between 2015 and 2022, with 2016 as the warmest. Temperatures are forecast to increase further as climate change accelerates. The Department of Budget and Management approves the release of 7.68 billion pesos to fund the targeted cash transfer program of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. DBM says its Chief Secretary Amena Pangandaman approved on May 16 the special allotment release order for the fund that would benefit over 7.5 million indigent beneficiaries. In the fiscal year 2022, DBM released a total of 19.43 billion pesos to the DSWD, covering 4 out of 6 monthly fund requirements for the TCT. The 7.68 billion pesos fund recently approved for release covers the remaining 2-month period of the TCT. The program provides a 500 peso grant per month to beneficiaries, including administrative costs and bank charges. Senator Robin Padilla scolded customs personnel who were supposedly not paying attention to him at a Senate hearing on agricultural smuggling. While delivering his opening remarks at a joint panel session led by the Senate Committee on Agriculture, 2 resource persons from the Bureau of Customs drew Padilla's keen attention.
Pwede pong makinig itong dalawang ito sa Bureau of Customs dahil para po sa inyo to. Excuse me, busy ba kayo? Baka busy kayo. Para sa inyo itong sinasabi ko. Pwede ba kayo makinig? Di ba sa Bureau of Customs kayo? Di ba kayo nahiya? Smuggling tong pinag-uusapan natin, makinig kayo.
Padilla lamented that the Philippines' heavy reliance on imports is embarrassing for a country of farmers. The senator later said he would push for a death penalty law against BOC personnel found involved in smuggling. Several measures have already been filed in the Senate to penalize government employees and officials conspiring with agricultural smugglers. 2 died while several were injured after a huge tree collapsed and hit several houses in Recto, Manila. The Manila Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office rescue team responded early Thursday morning to a huge tree that fell and caused the collapse of infrastructure near Masangkay and Alvarado Street in Manila. The incident was reported past midnight on Thursday, May 18. According to the Manila DRRMO, 3 individuals were earlier trapped inside the collapsed infrastructure but have been extricated as of 7:40 a.m. on Thursday. The Manila DRRMO says there are a total of 9 casualties with 2 fatalities as of Thursday afternoon. It says it is also currently assessing the number of affected structures. Alleged photos of BTS V and Blackpink's Jennie are making rounds online amid dating rumors between the two. To tell us more, here's Anne Pasahol with her report.
The K-pop universe exploded on Thursday with news of V of BTS and Jennie of Blackpink allegedly spotted strolling while holding hands in Paris amid speculations that the K-pop stars are in a relationship. Videos posted by France-based journalists on TikTok and Instagram show V and Jennie walking in the street while 3 other companions were behind them. The journalist was then apparently bombarded with messages from netizens prompting him to clarify facts about the video. Another journalist then shared a photo of V wearing the same clothes and hat when he was supposedly seen with Jennie. Speculations that V and Jennie are dating arose in May 2002 after photos of them together made rounds on social media. Jennie's talent agency, YG Entertainment, released a statement at the time noting that they had nothing to say regarding the matter. Meanwhile, both YG Entertainment and V's talent agency, Big Hit Music, have yet to confirm or deny the dating rumors as of press time. For more entertainment news, just visit our entertainment website. This is Anne Pasahol from INQUIRER.net Entertainment. Back to you, Neil.
That's Anne Pasahol. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Anthony Sarceo ng Bandera. Ann?
Hello, Neil. At hello sa lahat ng kabandera natin all over the universe. Narito ang latest chika for today. Makalipas ang 1 buwan buhat nang mag-post sa Instagram ang Queen of All Media na si Chris Aquino hinggil sa kanyang kalusugan at sa kanyang mga anak, ay muli na naman itong nagbigay ng update hinggil sa developments ng kanyang kalagayan. Ayon kay Chris, nagsimula na siyang uminom ng isang klase ng gamot para makatulong sa pagpapagaling ng kanyang iniindang sakit. Pagbabahagi rin ni Chris, nagsimula na siyang mag-take ng methotrexate. Ito ay isang klase ng gamot na nagpapabagal ng paglago ng cancer cells at maaari ring makagamot ng psoriasis at rheumatoid arthritis. Base rin sa kanyang CT scan ay may pagsasagat at micronodules sa kanyang kanang baga. Kinumpirma pa niya na ang 5 autoimmune diseases na na-diagnose sa kanya ay posibleng maging 6 kaya kailangang dagdagan ng dosage ang kanyang gamot kada linggo. Ang mga autoimmune diseases ni Chris ay ang chronic spontaneous urticaria, autoimmune thyroiditis, at Chugh-Strauss syndrome o EGPA na isang rare and life-threatening form of vasculitis. Pahayag pa ni Chris, naisin man raw niyang gawing pribado ang mga detalye tungkol sa kanyang kalusugan dahil baka mawalan na ng gana ang madlang people na ipagdasal siya, ang kanyang mga anak, mga kapatid at mga doktor, ay nais niyang sabihin sa mga ito na hindi siya sumusuko sa kanyang laban at sana rin ay huwag siyang sukuan ng mga ito at patuloy siyang ipagdasal para sa kanyang agarang paggaling. At yan nga ang latest showbiz chika for today. Tutok lang sa bandera para sa mas may init pang pasabog sa mundo ng showbiz. Maraming salamat, Neil.
Maraming salamat, Anne. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.